Hello, have a great day, students. I am Teacher Joel and I am your subject teacher in General Mathematics. For today's lesson, ay pag-uusapan natin ang 4 fundamental operations in mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Marami po mga estudyante ang nagkakaroon ng problema kung paano nila ma-solve ang iba't ibang operations in mathematics. So, sa araw na ito, yan po ang ating pag-uusapan. Para po tayo makapag-discuss, ay pupunta po tayo sa ating board. So, watch this. Hello students, welcome po sa ating channel. At gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, ay nandito tayo sa ating board. Pag-uusapan natin yung 4 fundamental operations in mathematics. Ang ating pong objective, the student will be able to solve the 4 fundamental operations in mathematics. So, unahin po natin yung addition. Ito ay napaka-basic mga kaibigan. Napaka-basic po. At kailangan po natin na tayo po ay maging handa sa anumang mga problems na ating so-solve. Lalong-lalo na itong addition. So, we will start. Number 1. So, ang ating example, 3, 5, 6 plus 32. So, kapag tayo po ay nag-a-add ng mga numbers, kung sila po ay hundreds at saka tens, ay ina-arrange po natin. Ito pong 6 and 2, ito po yung mga ones, ito po yung 5 and 3, ito po yung tens. So, yung 3 ito hundreds. So, ina-arrange po natin. So, hindi pwede na hindi sila naka-arrange. So, naka-column sila. So, we'll start adding 6 plus 2, it's 8. 5 plus 3 is 8 and bring down 3. So our answer is 388. Okay. Number 2, example. 265 plus 97. Okay. 97. Yan. So, 5 plus 7 is 12. So, hindi mo pwedeng isulat dito. So, carry 1. So, ilalagay natin yung 1 dito. And we add 9 plus 6 is 15 plus 1, it's 16. At yung 1, dito natin ilalagay sa taas. Katapos, i-add natin 2 plus 1 is 3. Yan. So, our final answer is 362. So, napaka-basic po mga estudyante yung ating pag-a-add. Ina-arrange natin ang column by ones, by tens, and by hundreds. Okay, pupunta tayo sa subtraction. Okay, number 1, example. Okay, 516 minus 125. So, pareho din sa pag-a-add. Ina-arrange natin by ones, tens, and hundreds. So, 6 minus 5, pababa, it's 1. 1 minus 2 cannot be, so we borrow 1. From 5, at itong 5 ay magiging 4. So, itong 1 naging 11, so 11 minus 2 is 9, at yung 5 naging 4, so 4 minus 1, it's 3, 391. So, ito po yung ating answer. Okay, number 2, 637 minus 418. Yan. So, 7 minus 8 cannot be. Kasi kapag nagsasubtract ka, dapat malaki yung nasa taas. So, we will borrow 1 from 3. So, itong 3 magiging 2. So, itong 7 naging 17. So, 17 minus 8 equals 9. And yung 3 naging 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. And 6 minus 4 is 2. So, your final answer is 209. Okay? So, yun po ang paraan ng pag-add kung marami na pong mga digits at saka in-arrange natin according to their degree. Okay, sila ba ay ones, tens, or hundreds? Okay, dumako tayo mga estudyante sa multiplication. Ito, kailangan sa multiplication ay memorize mo ang table of multiplication. Kasi kapag hindi mo ma-memorize yung table of multiplication, mahirapan ka sa pag-solve nito. Say for example, 3.22 times 14. So ano pong gagawin natin? So, ang gagawin natin ay i-arrange po natin ito gaya sa ating pag-multiply ng mga hundreds by tens. So, 3.22 times 14. Yan. So, kapag tayo nang multiply ng decimal, ganun ang process din ng multiplication of hundreds by tens. So, we multiply 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. So, wag kang mabahala doon sa point. Mamaya ay makikita mo kung saan natin ilalagay yan. Okay, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2 rin. And 1 times 3 is 3. So, i-add natin 8. So, 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's 5. And 4. Now, dalawa ang decimal places. Kaya mabibilang tayo mula dito. Bibilang tayo mula dito. 1, 2. Yan. So, your final answer is 45.08. Yan. So, kung dalawang beses dito, dalawang places, ganun din dito sa ating answer. Okay? So, dadako tayo mga students sa division. Ito medyo complicated ang division. Pero kaya natin yan. Walang problema na hindi natin kayang labanan. Problema lang kung ikaw ay nasasaktan at hindi ka makamove on. Yun ang problema. Okay, 125 divided by 5. So, sa ganito, mahirapan ka, no? Kasi walang calculator. Kapag ikaw ay magsusolve ng division, bawal ang calculator, lalong-lalo na kung ikaw ay magtitake ng civil service exam. So, ang gagawin mo, i-arrange mo yan. Ito ang ating division na sign, na symbol. Tilalagay mo sa loob yung 125. At saka yung divisor na 5 sa labas. Yan. At magsisimula ka dito sa 1. No? Ito bang 1? Ay pwedeng ma-divide ng 5. 1 divided by 5 cannot be. So, ikaw ay magdadagdag ng isa pang number. So, 1 and 2. So, 12 divided by 5. So, pwede. So, ano ang number na pwedeng ma-divide ang 12? So, hindi na pwede ang 3 kasi 15. So, lalagpas. So, 2. So, 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, then you simplify. So, 2 minus 0 is 2 plus 2 minus 0 is 2. Okay? 1 minus 1 is 0. So, 2. So, bring down 25. Okay, nawala itong 2. So, 25 divided by 5, of course, ano ang makaka-divide ng 25 by 5? It's 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So, therefore, our answer is 25. So, 125 divided by 5 is 25. So, yun po ang pagdi-divide, mga estudyante. Okay, meron tayong last na subtopic ay ang integers. Okay, kapag tayo po ay nag-add ng pareho ang sign, for example, okay, negative 5 minus, okay, pasensya na kayo, merong lumalabas na, no? Minus 1, ano pong answer? Pag pareho po yung sign, you simply add, okay, you simply add these numbers and copy the sign. Kapag tayo po ay nag-add, you simply copy the sign and add the number. So 5 and 1 is 6. So the common sign is negative. So negative 5 minus negative 1, it's negative 6. Okay. Okay, next. Number 2. Okay, negative 8 plus negative 9. Okay, dito tayo mahirapan, ano? So, ito po ay addition. The operation here is addition. So, negative 8 and negative 9. So, ang gagawin nyo po, kapag kayo ay nag-a-add, ay i-multiply nyo po ito. Okay? So, ito po ay negative 8 at ito ay nagiging negative 9. So, pareho po ang kanyang sign when you add. So, your answer is negative 17. Okay. Number 3. Kapag tayo po ay nag-subtract, negative 7 minus negative 4. Take note, mga estudyante, kapag ikaw ay nakakita ng ganitong parenthesis, it means you multiply the sign. Okay? Itong negative saka negative. So, we can rewrite this as negative 7, negative and negative, it's positive. Okay? It's positive. So, nagiging positive ito. 4. Now, when you have different signs, you simply subtract the integers and copy the sign of the bigger number. Okay, so we subtract this. 7 minus 4 is 3. So the bigger number na merong sign ay negative. Okay, negative ang kanyang sign. So, therefore, negative ang answer. Negative 3. Okay? So, pag-uusapan natin, mga estudyante, yung iba pang mga paraan ng pag-solve ng integers. Bibigyan po natin ng pansin at magkakaroon tayo ng separate na lesson. Okay? So, dito lamang ako magtatapos. Kung meron po kayong mga katanungan, ay pwede kayong mag-comment sa baba ng ating video lesson. At pwede kayong mag-suggest kung anong topic na sa mathematics na gusto nyo pag-usapan. Okay? So ito po si Teacher Joel. Sana po ay meron kayong natutunan sa ating pong pag-aaral sa araw na ito. God bless you. At kung hindi pa kayo naka-like, naka-subscribe sa ating channel, ay pwede nyo pong i-subscribe. Yan. At i-click yung bell button para ma-notify tayo sa darating pa ng mga i-upload ng mga videos ni Teacher Joel. Okay, God bless you. Bye-bye. Hello there, students. I am Teacher Joel. Our topic for today is computing the mean of a discrete probability distribution. Okay, welcome to our channel, Teacher Joel TV. Our lesson objectives for today, at the end of this lesson, you are expected to illustrate and calculate the mean of a discrete random variable. Interpret the mean of a discrete random variable and solve problems involving mean of probability distributions. So we have this pre-assessment, and let's have a recap about evaluating summations. So given the values of the variables x and y, so we are asked to evaluate the following summations. So if we have x of 1 equals 4, x of 2 equals 2, x of 3 equals 5, x of 4 equals 1, y sub 1, 2, y sub 2, 1, y sub 3, 0, and y of 4 equals 2. So we are given this problem, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All we have to do is to substitute the value of, say, for example, summation. This is summation of x. So all you have to do is to add all the values of x. So it is 4 plus 2 plus 5 and plus 1. So the summation of x is equivalent to 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 5, 11, plus 1, it is equivalent to 12. So summation of x is equivalent to 12. Okay? So and the rest of the problem, you're going to solve. So you are tasked to solve these problems. All right? So let's go to the next slide. So secondly, we have another pre-assessment, finding the mean of a data set. The following are the scores of 40 students in a test. Compute the mean score. So the scores are 42, 50, 53, 38, and 46. And it has an equivalent number of students. For those students who scored 42, there are 8. For 50, 12, 53, 9, 38, 7, and 46, 4. So you're going to solve for the mean of the data set. So we have already discussed this in the previous lesson. Okay? Now let's come to our lesson for today. Mathematicians usually consider the outcomes of a coin toss as a random event. That is, each probability of getting a head is 12, and the probability of getting a tail is 12. However, it is not possible to predict with 100% certainty which outcome will occur. So, we are going to discuss the mean of a discrete random variable x. This is the weighted average of the possible values that the random variable can take. Okay? Okay, let's have an example. Consider a rolling a die. What is the average number of spots that would appear? So we are familiar with a die. So the first step is to construct the probability distribution for the random variable x, representing the number of spots that would appear. So the number of spots, of course, there are 6, and we put a notation of x for those spots. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the probability, of course, and we put a notation of P of x. This is P of x, or probability of the number of spots. So each one has the probability of 1 over 6. Okay? So the step number 2, multiply the value of the random variable x by the corresponding probability. So we have 6 number of spots, and the probability of these 6 spots, is 1 over 6. So you simply multiply 1, times 1 over 6. So in multiplying the whole number to the fraction, you simply multiply 1 times 1, which is 1, and copy 6. So your product is 1 over 6. Okay, same with spot number 2. You multiply 2 times 1 over 6. It is 2 times 1 equals 2, and over 6. 2 over 6. So we have also 3. We multiply it to the probability of 1 over 6. That is 3 times 1 equals 3, and over 6. Okay? So it's very easy. Also in number 4, 4 times 1 equals 4, and over 6. Also 5, 5 times 1 equals 5 over 6, and 6 times 1 equals 6 over 6. So number 3, add the results obtained in step 2. So we have the result in step 2. You're going to add the results. The mean tells us the average number of spots that would appear in a roll of a die. So the average number of spots that would appear is 3.5, because when you add all the results is 21 over 6. So when you divide 21 divided by 6 is 3.5. So 3.5 is the mean of the probability. Although the die will never show a number, which implies that rolling the die many times, the probability or the mean is 3.5. Okay? Now the formula for the mean of the probability distribution, the mean of the random variable with a discrete probability distribution, is the mu equals x of 1 times the probability of 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And the mu is equals to the summation of x times the probability of x, where x of 2, 2, and 3, and so forth are the values of the random variable x, and p of x1, p of x2, p of x3 are the corresponding probabilities. Okay? Okay, let's have an example. Our example for today is about grocery items. The probabilities that a customer will buy 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 items in a grocery store are 3 over 10, 1 over 10, 1 over 10, 2 over 10, and 3 over 10, respectively. Meaning, for its probabilities that a customer will buy from 1 to 5, it has a corresponding probability, which is 3 over 10, 1 over 10, 1 over 10, 2 over 10, and 3 over 10, respectively. So what is the average number of items that a customer will buy. So we're going to solve this one. So step number 1, you're going to construct the probability distribution. This table is called the probability of distribution for the random variable x, okay, representing the number of items that a customer will buy. And it has, so this is the last number 5, it has also a value. So the same process that we have done with the example that we have solved a while ago. Okay, so step number 2, multiply the value of the random variable x by the corresponding probability. So all you have to do is to multiply 1 times 3 over 10, it's 3 over 10. 2 times 1 over 10 is 2 over 10, and so forth. Okay, step number 3, you are going to add the results obtained in step number 2. So when you add those results, it is 31 over 10. When you divide it, it is equivalent to 3.1. So the mean of the probability distribution is 3.1. So this implies that the average number of items that the customer will buy is 3.1. So that's the mean of our probability distribution. Okay, another example, a surgery patients. The probability is that a surgeon operates on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 patients in any day are 0.5, 0.10, 0.20, 0.25, and 0.30 respectively. So find the average number of patients that a surgeon operates on a day. So the same process, step number 1, you're going to construct the table of the probability distribution for the random variable x, representing the number of patients that a surgeon operates on the day. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with their equivalent probability or P of x. So step number 2, you're going to multiply the value of the random variable x by the corresponding probability. So when you multiply 3 times 0.15, it's 0.45. 4 times 0.10, it's 0.40. 5 times 0.20 is 1. 6 times 0.25 is 1.50. And 7 times 0.30 is 2.1. Okay? So you're going to add the product of the number of patients and the probability or P of x. Okay, so you add the results obtained in step 2, and the number is 5.45. So the average number of patients that the surgeon will operate in a day is 5.45. All right. Now let's have an exercise. Okay, exercise number 1. You're going to complete the table below, okay, and find the mean of the following probability distribution. Okay, you have the variable x and the probability, and you're going to multiply the variable x times the probability. Okay, so we have the variable x 1, 6, 11, 16, 21, and the P of x is 1 over 7, 1 over 7, 3 over 7, 1 over 7, and 1 over 7. So you can pause this video and solve the problem. Okay? All right. So let's have an exercise number 2. We're going to find the mean of the probability distribution of the random variable x, which can take only the values 1, 2, and 3, given that P of 1 is equivalent to 10 over 33, P of 2 is 1 over 3, and P of 3 is 1233. So we have also exercises, or exercise number 3, okay? And we have exercise number 4. So I will give this an exercise for you, and all you have to do is to solve. So exercise number 4 is a bake shop owner determines the number of boxes pandesal that are delivered each day. Find the mean of the probability distribution shown if the manager stated that 35 boxes of pandesal were delivered in one day. So do you think that this is a believable claim? Okay, you can know. And the summary of our lesson, the mean of the discrete random variable x is the weighted average of the possible values that a random variable can take. Okay, so that's all for today, and I hope you are uh, informed and you learn something. So to summarize, to find the mean of the probability distribution, there are 3 steps. Okay, step number 1 is to construct the probability distribution for the random variable x. Okay, number 2, multiply the value of the random variable x by the corresponding probability. And number 3, add the results obtained, step number 2. Hi, have a great day. This is Teacher Joel, and for today's video lesson, we're going to illustrate the probability distributions through graphs. So this topic is all about probability histogram. All right? Our objectives at the end of this lesson, the students will be able to, number 1, define histogram, and number 2, illustrate a random variable by creating a histogram. By the way, what is a probability histogram? A histogram is a way of presenting a probability using vertical bars placed side by side, where the height of each bar represents the probability assigned to a value of a random variable. Okay? Then how to make a histogram? The process of making a histogram using the given data is described below. Step number 1, choose a suitable scale to represent weights on the horizontal axis. Step number 2, choose a suitable scale to represent the frequencies on the vertical axis. And step number 3, then draw the bars corresponding to the given weights using their frequencies. Right? For example, a store that sells candy recorded how many packs of candy it sold per customer. The record was used to create a probability distribution of the number of packs of candy sold per customer. Using the data below, create a histogram showing the probability assigned to each value. Now we have this table, and you are given the number of packs sold per customer, and our notation is x. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the probability, or P of x, 0.1, 0.2, 0.4, 0.2, and 0.1. Okay. So we have this histogram of the probability distribution is given below. So on this left side, we have this probability, or the P of x, and the horizontal axis is the number of packs sold per customer, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All you have to do is to create this one. Okay? You are going to create this one. Yeah. So 0 is equivalent to 0.1, and 1 is 0.24, and 2 is 0.4, and the number of pack 3 is equivalent to 0.24, and 4 is equivalent to 0.1. So this is how you create a histogram. Okay, it's very easy. Now, I will give you an assignment to construct a histogram for the following frequency distribution table that describes the frequencies of weights of 25 students in a class. So we have the weights in pounds, 65 to 70 weight or pounds for 4 students, 70 to 75 for 10 students, 75 to 80 for 8 students, and 80 to 85 for 4 students. So that will be your assignment, and I hope you have learned something for today's lesson. Okay, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and share this video lesson to your friends and classmates. Bye, and this is your teacher, Teacher Joel, at your service. God bless you, and the Lord continue to give you wisdom and knowledge. Bye-bye. Hello, have a great day. This is Teacher Joel, and today I'm going to share my detailed lesson plan in general mathematics. This is a problem-based learning. My competency is to solve problems involving simple and compound interest. So I have the code. It is M11GM, that is general mathematics 11B-2. My objectives is number 1, to define compound interest. Differentiate simple from compound interest. Number 3, compute and solve problems involving compound interest and make the best decision in handling certain problem involving money resources. So have a good day, everyone. This is Teacher Joel. And first of all, let's begin reviewing our past lesson. So you're going to complete the table below using the formula illustrated on the left. That is IS stands for interest is equal to the product of the principal times rate times time. Say for example, in this table, we have the principal that is unknown and the rate is 2.5%, the time is 4, simple interest is 1,500. So because you are going to look for the principal, you are going to divide the rate times the time. You're going to divide it to the interest. So your answer, therefore, is 15,000 pesos. By simply dividing the product of the rate, which is 2.5%, times the time, divided it by divided from 1,500, which is the simple interest. Okay, the next unknown is letter B. You're going to find the rate. So looking at this formula, so to find the rate, you're going to look for the product of principal and time and divide it from the interest. Okay, so our answer is 9%. Okay, so our activity for today is Pick's mystery word. You're going to guess what word is illustrated by these pictures. there are 4 letters. Okay, when you look at this, these are clocks. So what do you mean by this? That's correct. It is TIME. It's about time. Next. So we have these icons, save money, save us. So what do you mean? Okay, you're going to look for the letters from the given below. Yes, that's correct. That is S-A-V and A-E. That is save. The next is you're going to have this word. What do you think? Yes, it is invest. I-N-V-E-S-T. That's invest. Okay. And the next is what is this? Yes, of course. It's all about money. Yes. You're correct. Now about this one. This picture is about the interest, about money, and you're going to guess what word is this. What do you think? It's I-N-T-E. Yes, it's all about interest. Okay, let's come to activity 2. Together we can solve it. In 20 minutes, you're going to solve this one. So the instructions are the learners will be divided into 4 groups, assign a leader, encoder, timekeeper, presenter, and research runner. Number 2, an activity sheet will be distributed to each group. Each group will work on the items in the worksheet. And number 4, guide questions are provided in the worksheet to direct the leaders or the learners in their learning task. Each group will write their output on manila paper and present for 3 minutes. Right? So let's proceed. I have my suggested rubric. The category is the content, time management, and teamwork. So for 4 points, so the group should have 90 to 100% data and evidences gathered and presented. If they have 3 points, only 75 to 89 data and evidences gathered and presented. For acceptable, 2 points, that is 50 to 74 data and evidences gathered and presented. And maybe you have attempted, only 1 point, below 50% data and evidences gathered and presented. Now, when it comes to the category of time management, the group finished on time, and that is 4 points. If the group finished tasks after 30 minutes of the given time, they will be given 3 points. And if the group finished after 1 hour of the allotted time, they will be given 2 points. And if they did not finish the task, at least they have 1 point. And the last category is teamwork. If the group accepts ideas of others, able to compromise, 100% of the members are on task, meaning each one has a responsibility to do. So they don't depend on other people or other students. So they will get 4 points. They will get 3 points if they accept most ideas without negative comments, able to compromise. 75% of the members work on task. And for 2 points, the group is unwilling to compromise. 50% of the members work on task. And if they attempted, only 1 point because there's only one person doing all the work. 25% of the members are doing the task. Okay, let's proceed. Let's begin with a word problem. Problem number 1. Arthur borrowed 40,000 at 6% simple interest. Okay? So he borrowed 40,000 at 6% simple interest for a period of 1 year. At the end of 1 year, how much must he pay? Okay? So you're looking for what? Do you have any idea? And that will be your problem. So next problem. And anyway, you can pause for a while and then solve for it. Problem number 2. If Arthur did not pay back the loan and the interest by the end of the first year, and he wanted to continue the loan for another year at the same rate, then he would owe 40,000 pesos plus interest incurred during the first year of loan. How much must he pay at the end of the second year? Okay, so you're going to answer this one. And the next problem, problem number 3, at the end of the second year, Arthur was not able to pay his loan and the interest again. The lender gave him another year under the same condition. How much must he pay at the end of the third year? Okay, so what are you looking for? So that's your problem. Okay, so there are word problems translated into a table. Say, for example, during the first year, the principal at the start of the year is 40,000. And to find the interest, so you're going to multiply the principal times the rate times the time. This is problem number 1. So 40,000 times 0.06 times 1 equals 2,400 pesos. That's the interest. And the amount at the end of the year, you simply add the interest to the principal, which is 40,000 pesos plus 2,400 is equal to 42,400. So this is the future value of the money invested or deposited. Now, during the second year, your money becomes 42,400. And to solve for the interest, the same interest, 42,400 times 0.06 times 1 is equivalent to 2,544. So the interest is increasing. It is increasing each year. So to find a future value after second year, you simply add the interest 2,544 to 42,400, which is equivalent to 44,944. Now in the third year, now you incurred 44,944. So again, you're going to solve for the interest. It's 44,400 times 0.06 times 1 is equivalent to 2,696.64. So to solve for the future value, you're going to add the interest to the principal, which is 44,944 plus 2,696.64, which is equivalent to 47,640.64. So this is now your final value after third year of investing or depositing your money. Okay? Now, what is a compound interest? Compound interest with a notation of IC or compounding interest is interest calculated on the initial principal and also on the accumulated interest of the previous periods of deposit or loan. Okay? So, yan po ang dapat nating malaman. The maturity value or future value is the amount T years that the lender receives from the borrower on the maturity date. Yan. And the formula for compound interest is the total amount of the principal and interest in future or future value, less principal amount at present or present value. So the formula is IC, meaning it is compound interest, equals the future minus the principal, F minus P. So this is the formula for compound interest. Now, maturity value and compound interest, or compounded annually, where P, so we have this F is equal to P times 1 plus R raised to T, where P is the principal or present value, F is the maturity value at the end of the term, R is the interest rate, T is the term, time in years, compound interest stands for IC. Okay, it's just very simple. Try this. Find the maturity value and the compound interest if 10,000 is compounded annually at an interest rate of 2% in 5 years. So to solve this, what are the given? You write the given, that is 10,000, that is the compound interest. You're going that's the principal rather. Then the rate is 2%, which is equivalent to 0.02. You simply divide 2% divided by 100, that is 0.02. And the T is 5 years. So to find the maturity value, okay, and the compound interest, all you have to do, my friend, is to use the formula of F is equal to P times 1 plus R raised to T. So you simply substitute the value of P, which is 10,000, times 1 plus 0.02 is the rate raised to 5, which is the years. And your future value is 11,040.81. Okay? And the next, what are you going to do to solve for the compound interest? You simply subtract the principal from the future value. Our future value is 11,040.81 minus 10,000, which is the principal. So your interest or compound interest is 1,040.81. Okay? So if you have any problem, just comment below and I will try my best to answer all your questions. So the future value is 11,040.81 and the compound interest is 1,040.81. Okay, for our activity number 4, our performance output entitled My Mother Needs Me. So here is the direction. So I'm going to divide you into 5 groups: assign leader, interviewer, encoder, timekeeper, presenter, and research runner. And after that, you're going to read the given situation, make a survey report, and present the outputs to the class in a PowerPoint presentation. And report should be supported with pictures to prove that you have done your activity. Then submit your final output in soft copy, hard copy, and PowerPoint presentation after 3 days. So that will be your performance output. And in activity number 4, you're going to need a laptop in your educational research. Your mother doesn't have enough money to purchase the item. She decides to acquire the said item through a loan, which is offered in your local cooperatives and banks. Help your mother in making a decision on where to apply for a loan. Conduct a survey of the existing cooperatives, banks, and other lending company in your locality. So here in Tanawan, we have the Land Bank, Okay, what other banks near the land bank? Okay, so I forgot. So you can approach any lending company here in Tanawan and make a survey so that your mother will know or your parents will know where to go for the lowest interest rate for a loan. Okay? And that will be your assignments. Thank you and God bless. And may the Lord continue to give you wisdom in answering this question. So this is Teacher Joel, and I hope you are blessed and you learned something in our lesson for today on simple and compound interest. God bless you.
Hello! Magandang araw sa inyo mga kaibigan. Ito si Kuya Joel at kasama ko si Ate Beck. Galing pa kami sa Liloan, Southern Leyte, Dito kami dumaan sa may Abuyog Silago Road papunta ng St. Bernard sa Diversion Road. At saka bumisita kami sa nanay ni Ate Beck sa Nava, Hinunangan, Southern Leyte. At pagkatapos ay pumunta kami doon sa Liloan, Southern Leyte, na kung saan ay talagang tinamaan ng malakas na bagyong Odette. At kami po ay nagdala ng mga love gift, mga regalo para sa kanilang Noche Buena. Yan. So, at nakapag-pray kami sa kanila at nagbigay ng mga blessing para sa kanila. And hopefully, kami nag-pray na tugunin ng Diyos ang kanilang pangailangan sa kanilang bahay na maitayo uli, kasi maraming mga bahay na nasira, at isa na doon yung bahay ni Ate Beck. Talagang nasira yung roofing, yung wall, at saka yung flooring. Talagang it is almost totally devastated mga kaibigan. Subalit kami po'y naniniwala ng Diyos po ay nagpo-provide lahat ng pangailangan. So nandito kami, bago kami umuwi papunta sa Tanawan, dito muna kami nagre-relax. Yan, dito sa magandang beach ng Hinunangan, Southern Leyte. Yan, napakaganda mga kaibigan. Yan, nakaka-relax ang tanawin dito. Yan, tingnan nyo po. Lalong-lalo na si Ate Beck, yan. Kumakain kami, nag-i-snacks.
Relax talaga. Nag-i-snacks kami kasi early, maaga pa kaming umalis sa Tanawan, tapos nagbiyahe. So ang bigat ng dala namin kasi nagdala kami ng bigas. At binigay namin sa mga kapatid ko at saka sa mga pamangkin ko at saka mga uncle at saka aunties, mga uncle, mga aunties, at sa mga pinsan ko. So, pauwi na kami papuntang Tanawan, kaya nag-relax muna kami dito sa magandang beach ng Hinunangan, Southern Leyte. So, bye!
Huh?
Sumpay-sumpay yan, atong travel. Ay mga kapatid, maupay nga kulo pa iyo nga tanan, adi kita yan na Hinunangan, Southern Leyte, Baybayon na Southern Leyte. So nag-rest kami anay doon ka, aga pa kami nagbiyahe, tika nga Tacloban, tapos yan na, mauli na liwat kami Tacloban. So naglibot-libot kami anay, yan na, nag-rest anay, nag-snack. So, adi kami Baybayon, Hinunangan, Southern Leyte. Ini Ate Beck, nagpapasalamat ka iyo. Pag-o.
Korea kun buring tekno.
Waray man.
Hello. So si Kuya Joel, kasama ko si Ate Beck. Galing pala kami sa
Luan.
Liluan, Libagon. Lalong-lalo na doon sa tinamaan ng bagyong Odette. Talagang malakas yung bagyo doon sa Liluan, Southern Leyte, na kung saan nandoon yung pamilya ni Ate Beck. So nakita namin ang nanay niya okay naman, at saka yung mga kapatid niya, at nagbigay kami ng mga relief at saka
Love gift.
love gift dahil magpapasko na.
Blessings. A bundle of joy.
Yes, oo.
Ayan, ito ulit.
So nandito kami sa harap ng Pacific Ocean, dito po sa baybayin ng Hinunangan, Southern Leyte. So napakaganda mga kaibigan, kung titingnan niyo po yung yung ating pong dagat, napakaganda. Yun lang yung ating sasakyan iniwan sa taas.